welcome back to the TBR cards. A few of you guys suggested that I turn the books in the back around, and you know what? Y'all are smarter than me, so that is what I did. I'm so excited for today's video because we'll be taking my quarterly TBR video and switching it up a bit for fall by putting the future of my autumnal reading plans in the metaphorical hands of this TBR jar. I did write the prompt, so I actually shouldn't be too worried, but still, never know what can happen. This will be determining my future for the next few months. Today, we will be letting a fall-inspired TBR prompt jar pick my fall reads. A lot of these prompts are more autumnal inspired, but I also included some just classic TBR prompts so that I don't end up solely reading books set in the fall for the next few months. Reading slumps, not in my house. Was that a long enough intro for you? Let's get to it. Prompt 1. A book with leaves on the cover. What a perfect way to start this video. I have a surprising amount of books that could work for this prompt. Lease on Love, I could do. Jar of Hearts, though that may be actually rose petals, not sure, but come on. This is the obvious choice. 9 Liars by Maureen Johnson, the 5th book in the Truly Devious series, but the 2nd standalone in the series. I kind of just think Maureen Johnson is just trying to drag out the Truly Devious series for as long as possible, but I do love these books, so I'm fine with that. So this time around, it is senior year at Ellingham Academy, and our girl Stevie Bell, I'm sensing, is going through some senioritis or something, because you know what she does mid-year, senior year? She hops on a plane to England. A completely normal and rational decision. My senior year was spent quarantining, but to each their own. Over in England, Stevie gets involved in investigating a double murder cold case of a drunken game of hide and seek gone wrong among 9 university students with only 7 survivors. The cover, the color, the leaves, I am getting an immense fall vibe from this cover. Though this was actually released in December, what a missed opportunity. It's like the marketing department wanted to beat out the competition and be the first to release a fall book for 2023. So they were like, yeah, 6 months early should do. Not me criticizing the release of this novel when I did buy this in December. Next prompt. A recent purchase. Okay, this prompt is a bit more ambiguous, but I know the perfect book for it. Gotta turn this around. Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mayrer. I recently got this novel from Target, wait for it, for $4. Target is the ultimate retailer that knows how to use promotions to get customers to come back and then subsequently spend more money. The day I got this, Target was having a $5 off $25 book deal. And then I also had Target Circle money because I go to Target too often. So I got this book along with another book for $8, thus making this only a mere $4. You can't beat that. Yeah, I'm taking statistics this semester if you can't tell, which you probably can't because nothing what I just said was statistical. I've seen this book on all the book platforms recently, but I have really been too busy to know what this is all about. So this was definitely a cover slash title buy, but from the back it sounds like this is a romantasy that follows down on her luck Evie after she lands a job as the assistant to a villain. It also seems like there's some sabotaging from an outside source going on, all while Evie is developing some feelings for her villainous boss. Why am I picturing the boss like a supervillain Megamind type character? Oh my god, can you just imagine someone like simping over Megamind? Anyways, this concept sounds so fun. Of course, I love a good romance, but I also quite enjoy a good comedic novel. And this whole premise seems like one of those ridiculous fun times. I've surprisingly not read much from the subgenre that has been deemed romantasy. So let me know if there are any books that you would think I would like, because I would love to continue to dip my toes, see what all the girlies are reading. It may just be the pretty purple cover, but I'm excited for this. An author whose first slash last name starts with the first letter of your favorite Halloween candy. You see, I wrote these prompts, so you would think I would know what my favorite Halloween candy is. But no, I don't. Not to be basic, but M&M's. Hershey's are pretty good too though. Oh my god, Crunch Bars. I do love a good Crunch Bar. It's really not that deep. Reese's? I don't even sound sure about that. This is kind of basic, but peanut butter chocolate. Ooh. A combination from heaven itself. You ever just like slap some peanut butter on chocolate, make your own DIY Reese's? Oh my god. I'm just like drooling thinking about that. Okay, so an author whose first or last name starts with R. I could do Geneva Rose. My fave, Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'd be down for Riley Sager. I'm kind of eyeing Survive the Night up there. Or I could do My Dark Vanessa by Kate Elizabeth Russell, which I think I am going to do this because although this wouldn't be like my first choice, I have owned this for over a year, and so I think I should just get around to reading it. This is a Duo Timelines novel that follows Vanessa, present day, as she is confronted by another woman who is filing a lawsuit against a former teacher of theirs for sexual abuse, which causes Vanessa to reevaluate her past and come to terms with the fact that the man she has always viewed as her first love may have actually been manipulating her and using that power imbalance to his advantage. My heart just breaks for Vanessa already. But you know, unfortunately these things do happen. It'll be interesting seeing what type of commentary the author includes in here. I've always viewed this novel as like a modern classic. It's not like I would know what constitutes a modern classic, but in my mind this is one. Spin a Halloween-inspired color wheel. I've not actually made a color wheel yet, so give me a minute to make this. Wow, it's almost like I wrote this prompt so I could specifically choose Halloween-themed books. What are the chances? Okay, I've made a wheel. Orange. Well, I could have chosen 9 Liars for this, but other books will work. I could choose Death on the Nile, which was on my summer TBR. Whoops. But if I were to choose an Agatha, yes, we're on a first name basis now. I don't want to hear it. I have to put Halloween Party on my TBR for the fall. We yet again follow Hercule Poirot, but this time at a Halloween party, where a teenage girl is found drowned in an apple bobbing tub. I would describe Agatha Christie as an acquired taste. She's not going to be for every reader, but if you want a more of an old-fashioned style murder mystery, Agatha's the way to go. I like this prompt. Can I choose 2 books? Of course I can. This is my TBR. I'll spin the wheel again though. I can be reasonable. Green. Okay. I know these aren't really Halloween themed. I kind of want to put either Thrive or Terms and Condition on my TBR. Which one do I go with? I'm just kidding. I've given every Addicted book at least 4.5 stars, so I'm fairly confident I will love this. But I did recently read the fine print, so this universe is all nice and fresh in my mind. And I know it's going to take a bit more of a push for me to pick this book up, so maybe I should put this on my TBR because that might be just the incentive I need. Thanks for thinking this out with me. Terms and Conditions it is. Don't be too sad though. I'll probably still end up reading Thrive sometime this fall. The next book in a series you have not finished. I'm actually not going to use Thrive for this one because there's only one book I had in mind while writing that prompt. The Resurrection of Wildflowers. I'm so excited for this book. I've been telling y'all I'm gonna read this book, and I will. This fall. Oh, my necklace was janky. Let's just collectively ignore that. This is the second book after The Confidence of Wildflowers, which delivered in all the ways I like my romances too. Complex characters, check. Yearning, check. Chemistry, check. Emotional, double check. Suffice it to say, I cannot wait to read this. A book you bought last fall but have not read yet. Dang, I'm really calling myself out with these prompts. Don't mind me pulling up old videos of mine. I know, kinda cringe. Wait, I can choose for this. When in Rome by Sarah Adams, which I bought last fall but didn't read. One of you guys commented that the small town in here gives Gilmore Girl vibes, which is great because I've never actually finished Gilmore Girls. Between you and me, I've been on season 4 for the past 3 years. Nevertheless, Stars Hollow makes me want to live in a small town, even though I realistically know I wouldn't like living in a small town. You know what I mean? Don't mind me, just had to put in a fresh battery. This rom-com follows Amelia Rose, who decides she needs a break from her celebrity lifestyle, so she hops in a car and drives to Rome. Rome, Kentucky, that is. Where she, whoops, breaks down in front of pie shop owner Noah Walker's house. And Noah, although a bit reluctant, offers her his guest bedroom to stay in until she gets her car fixed. Which we can ultimately assume leads to something more. This story literally starts like how Part of Your World starts, with cars breaking down. And hey, I'm not mad about that. Any book that reminds me of that masterpiece, great. I'm already loving how Noah is the baker in this romance. Love that wholesomeness for him. This seems like a really sweet read, and I'm definitely looking forward to starting this. A book outside your comfort zone. So basically anything that's not a thriller slash mystery, romance, or like general fiction. I do also read a good bit of YA, though that's more of a category than a genre, not like it matters. But as for the unread books I own, that means either a fantasy or a nonfiction. We've already got a fantasy on the TBR, so I'm thinking a nonfiction. How about In the Dream House by Carmen Marie Macondo, which I think is pretty fitting because not only does the cover give spooky vibes, but I also know that the author intertwines some more horror elements throughout her writing. This is a memoir that basically tackles the complexities of abuse and same-sex relationships. Guys, this is getting ridiculous. I'm just like, let's refilm it all. Let's refilm it all. I've heard nothing but great things about this novel, and if there were a season to read it, fall seems like that season. A new release with fall vibes. I was hoping to get this one because there is a specific book that I've been really anticipating. Thank you so much to Forever Publishing for sending Kiss and Spell my way. When I first read the synopsis of this book, I was like, yep, I need to read that ASAP. I know the cute cover is distracting, but let me give you a quick rundown of what this book is about. So our MC in here, Ursula, is kind of down on her luck. Her life has not really gone as she is expected, which has resulted in her selling crystals and telling fortunes at a local psychic shop. But after she runs into cursed Prince Xavier, Ursula, desperate to prove to herself that love and magic still exist, jumps at the opportunity to help him find the one kiss that will break his curse. Doesn't that just sound so cute? Although yes, this is the second book in a series, to me it seems like you can read it as a standalone. I don't see any indication why you couldn't, though I wouldn't take my word for it. But if I like this, wishful thinking, it may need to happen. That book looks really cute too, so I'm kind of tempted. A domestic thriller. This prompt was just a way for me to get one of my mini domestic thrillers off my TBR. So, I do want to read more Robin Harding. She typically writes domestic thrillers, and I do have The Perfect Family somewhere. I think it may be in the back. Lisa Jewell's always a good option as well, but I think I want to choose a thriller from an author I haven't read from. So, how about... This is how you know you have too many books. Whew. I'm not 100% sure that this is a domestic thriller, but it is called The Family Game by Catherine Steadman, so I think my chances are pretty good. I'm immediately noticing a set of rules. 1, listen carefully. 2, do your research. 3, trust no one. 4, run for your life. Honestly, that's all I need to know. Like, I'm intrigued already. Ooh, that's kind of fall. Right? Maybe winter actually, but close enough. But it also seems like this is centered around a rich family, a time-honored tradition, and a lethal game of survival. I kind of want to make this my next read. That sounds really good. I'm excited. Okay, let's do 2 more. We gotta make my TBR a bit ambitious, or else it's not a true TBR, right? A book with Thanksgiving dessert on the cover. I tried to cover all of fall with these prompts, not just Halloween. I specifically had 2 books in mind when I wrote that one. One we already chose, When in Rome. The target circle is conveniently covering it up, but there's a pie right here. So, Magic Lies and Deadly Pies it is, which I'm just as excited to read. For a cute little cozy murder mystery moment. Our MC in here, Daisy, is not your average baker. Her secret ingredient is not an extra pinch of cinnamon and love. No, it's vengeance. Daisy avenges women done wrong by men by baking those men a deadly sweet treat. But after Daisy receives a letter threatening to expose her deadly hustle, she's like, not in my bakery. There's a statewide pie contest coming up and you bet I'll be participating to help wrong women everywhere. I'm just imagining Daisy with a southern accent set in small town Alabama or something. Excuse my atrocious southern accent. But what better way to spend a cozy evening than with this book, right? So this will be going on the TBR. All right, last prompt. A book with magic. I know. The Kiss Curse by Erin Sterling, aka Rachel Hawkins, aka whatever her real name is. The XX, I think we all can agree, is everyone's favorite quintessential spooky rom-com. When I say witchy rom-com, what comes to mind? The XX, see what I mean? The Kiss Curse is the sequel to the XX, so it only seems right that I read the second installment this fall. Whereas in the XX, we follow Vivi and Rise. In the Kiss Curse, we follow Gwen, Vivi's cousin, and Graves Glen, owner of a rival witchcraft shop. I loved the cozy small town vibes of Penhallow in the first book, along with reading all the wacky occurrences that started to happen in the town. So I'm expecting this to be a fun, wholesome time as well. Typically at the end of these seasonal TBRs, I'll mention some books that I don't own yet but plan on reading soon. So let's do that now. Vengeance of the Pirate Queen is coming out November 7th. I have been waiting for this book for actual years, since 2021. I don't get super excited over fantasy easily, but spot me at Barnes on release day buying this book. I'm such a fan of the series, even though the author, probably more like publishing team actually, but decided to switch up the covers and release the third installment with a completely different style of cover than the first two. This is the third cover, right? This is the first two. Third, first two. Third, first two. Which ones do you prefer? I know which ones I prefer. Low-key kind of a crime, but I digress, I guess. The Family Remains by Lisa Jewell. This past month I read The Family Upstairs, and I'd hate to spoil my wrap up, so I'm not going to go into my thoughts just yet, but I will be adding the sequel, The Family Remains, to my Book of the Month cart this month. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the TBR. I feel like we have a decent mix of genres while also giving fall. Time to organize these. And let's do a quick run through of everything again. Cool. So on my fall TBR we have The Family Game, Assistant to the Villain, 9 Layers, Magic Lies and Deadly Pies, In the Dream House, The Kiss Curse, When in Rome, My Dark Vanessa, Terms and Conditions, The Resurrection of Wildflowers, Kiss and Spell, and Halloween Party. Do you know what I've come to really appreciate about TBRs is how they can alleviate some of the stress that can come with picking my next read. When I pick up a book, I don't know if I'm actually in the mood for it. When I've ever given you the impression that I'm that in tune with myself. But if I have books set aside that I should be reading, it makes picking my next book a lot easier. So even to all my mood readers out there, I'd still recommend trying out a TBR. I'm a mood reader, but I'm like a TBR mood reader. Anyways, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun. Let me know down in the comments what books you're eyeing this fall, and also if there are any other books I should be adding to my fall TBR. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really does help me my channel out a lot. You can also comment, interact, subscribe, all that fun YouTube stuff. I'd really appreciate it. I hope you all are having a fantastic day, a fantastic fall season so far, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.